Shalom, giving our praises to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachahakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, the bishops, and the elders at Great Millstone who rule well. And as always, we give peace and salutations unto the elect. And this is going to be a prophecy watch, right? Watching for the things, right, that are happening in the world, linking them to biblical prophecy. Right, and today we're going to deal with the M0TB. I have a video here off of the channel Jason A. The end times are here, shocking video. Let's go ahead and play it. All right, and before we get started, for all of you Israelites, all right, who have not used this grace period, all right, to uplift the names of Yahweh and Yahweh Shai, who have not focused on prophecy and who have taken a bag, may destruction come onto you. All right, those of you who have used, the platform of understanding you're Israelites, starting a camp, and you've been self-willed, your God was your belly. All right, you're gonna lose. Those of you who took a bag, linked your ministry to this world, okay, signed covenants with the enemy, whether it be a 501c3 or whatever it may be. All right, you better repent. Okay, because you've linked your ministry to a sinking ship. And those of you who are not warning finally about the M0TB and this technology, okay, acting as if it's nothing to do with prophecy, okay, destruction is coming unto you. All right, because a lot of our people are going to get caught up in this mess and the the willy-nilly mindset of their leaders to this prophecy, to this technology, okay, is going to get a lot of people destroyed. All right, there's a reason why you have Elon Musk, which ultimately we know these are just faces doing the biddings of the elite, but there's a reason that he is now linked, okay, with your so-called president, okay, a guy who's into transhumanism, brain chips, and all of this is now linked with a president, okay, is now tied to legislation being passed on how the world will be governed. What do you think this is going to lead to? Let's go ahead and play this.
Now, it may sound like the stuff of science fiction, but a paralyzed man from Arizona has had a microchip implanted in his brain that allows him to control a computer with his thoughts. Noland Arbor was injured in a diving accident, but now, after years of being totally dependent on others, Noland says his life is transformed.
Welcome back, everyone. We've all seen movies like The Matrix, which show characters who can blur the line between man and machine. In our current reality,
blurring the line between man and machine, and that's exactly what Revelation, the 13th chapter, foretells. Okay? Here it is, John the Revelator, when he received a vision on the Isle of Patmos, he's looking into the future. He's looking into the end. And we know Esau is the end of the world, but that's associated as well with this beast system we live in, headed by Babylon the Great. Okay, so the things that we see happening now, John already saw it. All right, what we're living through fulfills what he saw. So somehow he didn't see this technology. This is what your leaders are telling you when they're telling you the M0TB has nothing to do with it. And all of you are being cornered, all right, to where now, throwing out the grape accusation when you get cut, throwing out this and that. It's not working on the elect. And you're being questioned by your followers, man, because they're watching these videos. It's only so long you'll be able to keep the elect out of the understanding, man. And everybody has their story. So some of you may, be listening to a false prophet, but you're now window shopping. Well, that's the Lord most likely calling you to repent, because you got caught up in the glamour and the glitz, and these people are matching. These guys are real niggas. I want to be a real nigga in the world, but I can be a real nigga in the truth. No, this truth requires you to transform past a real nigga. But Esau is trying to transform humanity into cyborgs. He's trying to upgrade humanity via technology. You see that? And they plan on offing, all right, billions of people, okay, and starting over with a small number. The rest of the people who are here are going to have to do what? They're going to have to merge themselves with technology in order to compete, in order to keep up, in order to deal and live in the world that they've created. Okay, but before that, okay, there's going to be draconian measures passed. Okay, and a straight gate associated with us having to keep the faith and not bow the knee, okay, to these different things that they're doing. So we're going to have a strong, stern, as the scriptures say, be immovable in the faith of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. In these times, as we're going to be tested, tried, we're going to lose comforts. Okay? But when it's all said and done, the elect will have stood firm because they were chosen from the foundation of the earth to stand firm. But they are trying to merge man with machine. This isn't a joke. This isn't something that was just in a movie. No, the movies are left-handed prophecies. All right? When we talk about the left hand, we talk about the children of Satan. The right hand represents the children of Yahweh Shai. So the children of Satan, just as the right hand have their prophets, okay, the prophets of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, you have the prophets, all right, through Satan. And the ones who, write these books, a lot of authors, a lot of movie writers, okay, they're all tapped in on the left hand, a lot of these musicians. And pretty much things are put in these movies, put in these songs that are foretelling the future. And when it's fulfilled, that's them playing God. The Simpsons is an example of that. Okay, you think this is a damn joke, man. This is deadly serious what's happening on Earth. We're at the end.
Some are on the same journey, putting technology inside of their bodies with microchips. But how high are the risks, and what are the rewards? And what could this mean for our collective future?
In an instant, Nolan's life changed, and the most basic tasks were not doable.
You just have sort of no...
And I believe the word Nolan means hero. Let's look it up. Okay, it's an Irish name meaning champion, loud noise. All right, we look into everything here. Let's go back.
Control, no privacy, and it's hard. And you just have to learn that you have to rely on other people for everything.
But 8 years on, Noland became the first person to get this brain device from Neuralink, a US neurotechnology firm whose founder is Elon Musk.
I just imagine the sensation or what it might look like to wiggle my fingers, something along those lines, and I could get the cursor to move. Now I could actually control my computer with just my thoughts.
A handful of other companies have also developed and implanted similar chips. So how do these brain chips work?
The device is sitting in the motor region of the brain. It's picking up when someone's thinking about tapping their fingers. It can create what we call a digital motor output. And that's what's being used with a computer directly to click on things.
Back in Arizona, Noland hopes his brain power means a fulfilling future.
When you guys come together every year, what is the big wish list item that you all hope to one day make?
The thing everyone wants is Neuralink. It's frustrating because it's out there, but we don't know how it's built. So if Elon was willing to open source all of his stuff like we do, that'd be great. It works on the premise that your brain's electrical signals can interface with a computer's electrical signals. That is the dream. That is the Johnny Mnemonic, everyone's favorite movie in biohacking.
Biohacking. Okay? Biohacking. Okay, and this is the demonic plan. Yet they're pushing it in the form of peace and safety. They're pushing it in the form of healing. And see, when the persecution starts, one of the aspects of the persecution is going to be you all are speaking against, okay, just like at the time of the Ovid in 2020, okay, people's platforms were taken down based upon the premise that your talking point, all right, is making people reluctant to be healed, to take what we have for them, all right, as a form of healing them. All right. And now you have the thing called an infodemic. So when the next whatever they have breaks out, okay, they're going to need to identify everybody. They're going to need, all right, and certain talking points, certain doctrines are going to be outlawed because it's going to go against the plan of the elite. Okay, and you're going to be deemed the enemy of a state. You see what Trump is doing, all right, with the Northern Kingdom. You see what he's doing with certain people. The mindset is if you're not with us, if you're against us, we then have the right to cart you off to a concentration camp in a whole nother country. Execute you. They not playing. They're bringing back segregation. They're stirring things up. Okay? Because they're getting ready to come down with draconian measures. We're in deadly serious times, man. We're not here to play with you. Okay? And the prophets have been serious the whole time. The true prophets of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua are shining like lights right now while everybody else is going dull. Okay? Convoluted. That murky, dirty water. That untempered mortar. Okay? They're being outed. They got all of this. All of these side missions that they gloried in now, it's being found out that they weren't prophets. Okay, and it's more surprises coming. It's more exposing. We're in the time of exposing things. And as all of these things happen, then it's going to be known who is the chosen. So you got a lot of people trying to jump ship. And that's cool. Hey, just listen. Okay, but the men of the Lord see through a lot of you, man. Just leave it at that. But this is this is a prophecy. This is prophecy right here. Salaki.
Upload begins when you press here.
Or uploading information like in the Matrix.
I know Kung Fu.
There's definitely potential.
In real life, transhuman hacking himself.
See that's a miracle. The fact that you can upload information into your brain. Okay, well, you can use your brain to play on a computer. You can upload information to your brain to learn a language or to learn an art. Imagine that. Well, this is what Esau's saying he's going to do. This is the book of Isaiah 42:9. Behold, the former things are come to pass, and new things do I declare before they spring forth. I tell you of them. And this is one of the more blatant prophecies that we have. Okay, randomly, someone was talking to me today about the M0TB. I played dumb and kind of was like, yeah, I heard about that. But it's becoming evident. People are now starting to look at the world around them and say, wait a minute, this is the mark of the beast. This is it. And they don't fully get it. But how could an Israelite who teaches this word ignore the linking of what our forefather John the Revelator foretold? That's madness. Revelation 13. Okay, the final leg of the beast system. And mind you, Revelation 13 comes before Revelation 14. So you have Revelation 13 where this devil is basically coming with his plan, trying to, make a name for himself, just like they did at the Tower of Babel, him and all of the heathen linked to him. Okay? Trying to defy the Most High. They're shooting rockets in the sky. Like, what's wrong with these devils? The Starlink thing, where they're trying to build a digital grid around the whole earth so that man could have to link himself and be identified, tracked, traced. They track your carbon footprint. And they always talk about reducing carbon. Well, don't you know that the carbon they want to reduce is your ass? These people are anti-life. The Lord made the earth to be inhabited. Now they're blaming habitation for all of the issues that they've caused. They cut down all of the trees and now cows are passing gas too much. Human beings, cows think they were made to pass gas. You don't think the Lord had this in mind when he created humans? And people sit there and eat this stuff up. Revelation 13:12, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast. And this power was given unto him. And the power is just not regular power. It's left-handed. It's magic. It's power through Satan. So it's not willy-nilly. It's not low level. All right. Looking at it and hearing it, it sounds crazy, but they're actually, all right, given the power to tap into these things. And they're only going to go so far. Okay, it's limited, but it's still power. It's a real power. Okay? Remember, this is the serpent, that old serpent called the devil and Satan. Right? Who would come with many lying wonders. Okay? And he's able to present this as life, as science, as the way. And people are intrigued. People are like, wow. And what does this lead to? People becoming godless, demonic, stupid, This is the most stupidest society we've ever seen, but technology is at an all-time high. Everybody got a phone. Everybody got the ability to you got Chat GPT, Gronk, you can look anything up, but everybody's stupid. So people are deceived by these miracles, which he had power to do. And what he said, and he said unto them that dwelled on the earth that they should make an image to the beast which had a wound by a sword and did live. The ancient, all right, Western Roman Empire, which they've rebirthed into the earth. All right, now with technology, they're saying you should make an image. All right, bow to the image. You should be recreated in their image. Throw away the belief in God. Okay, you don't need God anymore. Okay, and then at the same time, they're boasting that they don't even need humans anymore, and people are still intrigued. So if all of the jobs are going to be taken over by AI, if AI is going to do what does that? What does that leave human beings? Well, either you're going to be offed, or you're going to have to, all right, transform and upgrade yourself into a cyborg in order to compete. See? But for the sake of time, I'm going to just jump to the point, because ultimately he's going to make you bow to his image. And if you don't, you're going to be excommunicated, which is going to lead to you not having the ability to eat, you not having access to services, because once the grid goes out and they come back on, because there is going to be a grid attack, there is going to be outages, there all of these things are coming. They're going to torment the people's minds. Okay? What happened in 2020 was just a test run. You know, a lot of things shut down. It was a wealth transfer. You had to put on the mask. You had to take the JAB. Right? What's this nigga looking at? Boy, Eve. Boy, these people are so damn annoying, man. It says, what the hell are you looking at, man? Anyway, I forget where I was at. This is Revelation 13 and 16. Yeah, the grid attack. And people will go be so messed up, you know, they're going to lose all of your investments. And pretty much when it's all said and done, you're going to be looking for any solution. And here's going to be the solution. And he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a charagma in their right hand, or a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. And again, if you take that charagma, you are putting his name on you. You are entering into a covenant agreement, all right, with the left hand, man, with Satan. Okay? You no longer belong to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Okay, you're no longer human. They have a patent on you. They own you. See that? And again, they're presenting it in the form of healing.
Len No joins us. Len,
thank you for having me.
I've got a quick question to just kick things off. Why?
Well, that's usually the big question. It actually started with the concept of why not. Okay. So, to be honest, this was more of a progression. You don't live a pretty normal, vanilla life and then just wake up one morning and say, wow, today's the day I'm going to start shoving microchips in my arms.
Yeah.
So, for me, it was more of a progression. I started with tattoos, got into standard body modifications, piercings.
And that's what when you go back to the ancient world, it was a brand or a tattoo, which, you know, that was your way of entering into their system, or, you know, identifying that you've made an oath or a covenant with their God, that you really down. Okay, how is that going to play out today? Well, it's going to be through, all right, this device.
I've got standard augmentations.
I've got a tattoo. Does that mean I'm going to get chipped up?
Well, that depends. You know, if you're fortunate enough to get it, you never know.
Oh my! What can you run us through your setup? Is that
what are the specs?
Yeah, what are the specs? What implants do you
I'm
have?
one of the few people that actually comes with my own hardware list. So this would actually be the largest one.
Whoa. That looks like a Jazz cracker. Is that right?
Jazz, what is it?
This is an NFC and RFID implant. So this allows me to actually interface to the same technologies on your cell phones that you use to tap to pay with. I can also use it to get into physical restrictions.
There was a point where Bishop Nathaniel made the mocking joke that, you know, RFID is only for tracking, not for making payments. Well, la-dee-da.
functions like your badging system in this beautiful building. I could skim one of your cards, write it down to one of my implants, and just walk up and open the door.
What?
Wow.
Yeah.
But when you say that, right, so if you skim the card, then how are you entering that
Well, I need
information?
an additional tool, but most of the time I can
Okay.
get away.
And it's beautiful that people see it, right? But see, our apostles, bishops, and elders were seeing this and talking about this all the way back in 2007, even before that. You know, when we came in, this is what we came into, these prophecies. This is what's going to happen. And now it's here. Okay? And now that, you know, a lot of you are you know, you're waking up from the deep sleep you were in, you know, following these losers, these self-willed guys, you know, glorifying themselves. Now you're starting to see, wait a minute, these guys were telling the truth. And that's good, you see it. All right, but you still got to be sincere, man. You got to drop all of those other philosophies and doctrines. Don't bring it in, you know, and now man. You got to get it right all of the way. But it's beautiful that a lot of people are seeing it. So what's up with you Israelites? What's up with you Israelites? This ain't that John the Revelator didn't see this, and if he did, he didn't write about it. He didn't warn about it. Huh?
All right. When you say additional tool, you mean a computer?
No, most of the time I mean my cell phone. I can actually program these on the fly.
Sorry, so what you're saying is you can walk into a secure building, like say this one, and just find your way in.
Yep.
With your cell phone and your
I wouldn't bring the cell phone with me.
You just do that just by
I would skim the card. Like hypothetically, you know, you have amazing staff here that are just lovely people. Yeah. You know, but I've watched them sit there and badge in. If I was able to skim one of those cards, I would leave this building, write it down to one of the implants, leave all of my cell phones, all my electronics outside, and I would basically walk into your building.
Okay.
If I was caught, the fact that these are inside my body actually gives me protection under medical privacy laws to the point where the authorities can't even ask me about them.
Oh, we need to change those laws. Okay, hang on. Okay, right. All right, okay. I get this. I get you saying you're using it for good.
I guess so.
What I don't get is why any human should be allowed to have that capability.
Well, the ability for self-experimentation, it goes all the way back to Isaac Newton. So a lot of the greatest medical benefits that we actually have in the modern age were originally started by people experimenting on themselves.
But I do believe that we are very early in that science. We are still learning about how the brain works in general. So the idea that a brain-computer interface, something that you would implant into the brain, can reveal these benefits, I think it would be really difficult because there's so much that we don't know.
When it comes to Neuralink, though, at the grassroots level, the level where the grinders are, there's a lot of concern about putting something inside the brain that will be collecting information directly from your body in such an intimate way. That technology being owned and operated by some kind of external entity is a source of profound concern.
I feel like the first people that can afford implants are going to be the millionaires. And a lot of the reason why the grinders do what they do is so that the technology can be for everyone.
Grinding and biohacking is so invested in the DIY model because it puts the technology and the information in the hands of the makers to share their vision of the future.
I genuinely believe that a lot of what's going on here helps trans people, disabled people, elderly people in the rest of the world. Because we're thinking about, okay, what is it like when your body isn't working the way it's supposed to?
I'm trying to do blood glucose using vibrations.
How about people changing the way they eat? How about all of the toxins in the food in the air? Why is there so many people, through? The answer is not sin. The left hand is not the answer. Righteousness is the answer. See? You're not going to fix the world's problems. All right, but now everybody nah, man. But this is the times that we're in. This is the end thing. This is the next phase. Computers, cell phones. Now this is it. Okay, there were points where people was like, I ain't messing with that computer. Now you got to do it. Everybody got. And people was like, cell phones, I don't know about that. Now everybody got one, which is a spying tool for the elite. But this is the new thing. Okay? And you will be presented with this in your lifetime. So if your leader is just telling you, I don't worry about it, the same ones who told you to take the jab are going to tell you, as General Yohana said, you think God cares if you take a micro C-hip? And he still got followers.
With a small passive implant. This is the bleeding edge. People taking their own autonomy into their hands and moving biomedical science.
This person said, imagine having to upgrade every 2 years. Just like your cell phone gets outdated, you got to get a new one. It starts running out of room. Well, imagine this type of stuff in you.
Engineering forward.
This is a place where you can show up and have some wacky idea and someone will go, no, actually, we can make that real and we're going to do it now.
What do you say to those people who might think this is insane?
To someone who thinks it's insane, I would probably say, just come hang out with us for a bit. I bet you any money by the end of the weekend you're going to leave with a microchip.
Again, back to the first, but why?
Well, if you go into some high security areas in governments and organizations, they will actually tell you that you have to leave your electronics in a locker before you go in. I would be able to then walk through restricted locations with technology that are actually actively pinging out for other network devices, potentially trying to auto-attack devices that it finds.
You're Batman.
Yeah.
Closer to Cyborg.
Okay.
Both in the DC universe, I'll take it.
I'm scared, impressed, both.
But you're intriguing.
Yes.
You're not going to get victory over this through Jesus Christ. Okay? Only the elect are going to get victory through the names of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. And that's written. Because a lot of people will wonder, well, what if they force it? Well, it's written that the elect ain't going to get the charagma. We'll end off on that one. But let's just finish this off.
If I may answer your question from before, to protect yourself against this, most of the attacks against mobile devices can be solved by simply turning off that NFC. The problem is, as a society, we push towards the use of contactless payments, trying to use our cell phones. But that is the same technology that I can take advantage of. So
Cash. Len has a book coming out called Human Hacked, My Life and Lessons. As the world's first augmented ethical hacker, would you please, thank Len, no!
There you go. This is the Tower of Babel 2.0, man. Here we go. We here. Okay? And remember, you know, the righteous lineage of Noah through Shem, through our Faxad, you know, during that Tower of Babel, they resisted, man. This is how we still have the legacy of righteousness, and the Hebrew language wasn't confounded. Because you had faithful members of the elect at that time. So here we are. That which is then is now, man. The elect are going to be against us, and the elect are promised victory. So you have Revelation 13, where he plans to do this. You have Revelation 14, where the elect are prophesying with a new song against it. And what's the next chapter? Revelation 15 and 2. And I saw as it were a sea of glass mingled with fire, and them that had gotten victory over the beast, and over his image, and over his mark, and over the number of his name, stand up on a sea of glass, having the harps of God. And they sing the song of Moses, the servant of God, and the song of the Lamb, saying, great and marvelous are thy works, Lord Almighty, just and true are thy ways, O King of the saints. All right? Who shall not fear thee, O Lord, and glorify thy name? So it's going to be through the names of Yahweh and Yahweh Shai that the victory is gotten. For thou art holy, for all nations shall come and worship before thee, for thy judgments are made manifest. And what is the judgment? The judgment is going to be against the great whore and the breaking up of this beast system. But synonymously, he's going to deliver his elect, man. And we're going to sing that new song. We're going to sing the song of Moses, which when you go to the book of Exodus 15, Exodus the 15th chapter, in the first verse, then sang Moses and the children of Israel the song unto the Lord, to Yahweh, saying, I will sing unto Yahweh, for he hath triumphed gloriously. The horse and his rider hath he thrown into the sea. The Lord is my strength and song, and he is become my salvation. He is my power, and I will prepare him a habitation for my father's God, my father's power, and I will exalt him. And that's Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. Okay? And Yahweh Shai was the one Yahweh used to deliver us out of Egypt. That angel, right? But again, the horse and his rider have been thrown into the sea. Who's the modern day horse and his rider? Revelation 6 and 4. And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given unto him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another. And there was given unto him a great sword. So the horse and his rider, all right, is now the modern day Pharaoh, Esau, Edom, man. All right, that sits on a red horse, man. Hopefully y'all are edified on to the next. Shalom.